Our guest this week is an expert at playing Super Mario Maker troll levels, but I don't own a Switch, so I've been making one for him to play out of this Mario Kart toy, this electronic Porg, and a pre-owned copy of the 2009 American drama film Precious on Blu-ray. So how does this work? Do we just tape them together and mail it to him? Does he have a P.O. box? Greetings, salutations, hola, bonjour, what up? Delete as applicable. Welcome to a brand spanking new episode of Games Vault, though we don't use a brand or spank. Not that we're kink shaming, it's just YouTube would instantly demonetize us. It's also technically not a new episode either unless you're watching it on the day of its release. Or it still counts if it's your first time watching it. So there, we found a loophole. Which also isn't a kink thing, I think. Coming up, we've got an exclusive interview with the absolute don of Super Mario Maker 2 troll levels, the daring Dave of DGR fame. You've sent us some ancient and archaic gaming accessories to peer at and judge. And right now, in fact, a roundup of this week's most interesting gaming news stories. Can't get a better service than that elsewhere, I can tell you. Maybe you could, I don't know. Do the thing. Gamescom 2021, thy champion is called Xbox. Well, as far as I'm concerned at the time of recording this, helpful that they show their stuff off just before the event itself. Don't worry, we're going to pick up on every bit of Gamescom news in a news special next week. But for now, we bathe in the glorious flood of Microsoft's joyous juices. Already regret saying that. Ew. Anyway, let's dive in without waiting to download, just like xCloud, the new Microsoft service that will allow Game Pass users access to over 100 Xbox titles without committing up front to a huge space-taking download of a full game. xCloud is essentially a click-to-begin streaming option, so you can get a feel for the title you're trying before deciding to commit to a full drop onto your hard drive. Perfect for toe dippers, non-committers, and parents who literally have less than 15 minutes to try Sunset Overdrive after all these years before their baby wakes up again and demands all their attention. xCloud is planned for a holiday season release, with Xbox insiders getting earlier access in the autumn. Games Pass itself just got a bunch of new day one titles, and it's a feast of indie, retro and cutesy delights such as Archvale, Unpacking, Dodgeball Academia and more, all from Humble Games. The showcase also confirmed Games Pass access to upcoming releases Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts 2, The Gunk, Into the Pit and Crusader Kings 3. Missing travel? So desperate to get on a plane again that you'd happily pilot it yourself? Well, lucky then that Flight Simulator is getting a ton of updates taking you to Austria, Germany and Switzerland, whilst giving you the chance to get to grips with electric air taxis, as the team behind the gorgeous looking game prepare to introduce helicopters in a future update. Just make sure whoever you're playing with keeps their tray table up and their seat back in the full upright position. Want to keep your feet on the ground but still get around? Forza Horizon 5 showed off some of its star vehicles and confirmed the November 9th release date for Xbox and PC. But not only that, a limited edition translucent, paint-splattered Xbox controller will be coming out to celebrate the game's release as well. Translucent. I'm getting Game Boy Color flashbacks now. And finally, Dying Light 2 shows off its parkour range in this new gameplay trailer that confirms that even in the midst of a zombie apocalypse, Troy Baker will still get cast as every other video game protagonist.
Is all hope really gone? We'll see about that.
And that's the news. Now you're fully prepped. Say it with me now.
Parkour! Michael! Parkour! Parkour!
Extreme!
Parkour! Parkour! Hey yo, and come on down to Johnny Carr's House of Cars and walk in shoe shine. Due to a cataclysmic error in accounting, we are having the biggest flash sale you have ever seen. Providing you haven't seen a bigger one, which you may have. I don't know you. We ain't friends, unless me saying I'm your friend helps with the sale. Pre-owned and pro bonoed, except do give us money for them video game vehicles looking for good homes and hood gnomes, or whatever novelty ornament you think will make them look good enough to buy. This just in, an honest-to-God battle bus. Enough seats to carry up to 30 or so people, each carrying the weight of social pressure, and 3 dished out at random weapons of their not choosing. This baby has dumped more bodies than you would believe, and wow, that did not sound as bad in my head as it did coming out of my trap. The 30 or so living, not dead people got dumped out of this thing for hours at a time for years. One of several working above the Isle of the Storm, and yours for the right amount of cash. We do not accept V-Bucks. They aren't legal tender. At least not yet, but if this game keeps going, it's only a matter of time, eh? Till then, I can't feed my kids and my ex-wife with Ariana Grande costumes and funny dances. Believe me, I've tried. I've tried. The battle bus is in excellent condition. If not a little waterlogged, it was found at the bottom of Lazy Lake having fallen out of the sky. Took a team of 15 divers and engineers 5 hours to get it out because some little fucking punks were camping out in the tree and sniping them. Strap some new balloons to her harnesses and she's good to go anywhere you like. Insurance doesn't cover flight, but you'll be careful. You're a good kid, huh? Huh? So come on down to Johnny Carr's House of Cars and Poop Emoji Pillow Emporium to buy this thing today and save this business yourself. Save yourself money! Hooray!
Super Mario Maker 2 is an absolute blast for fans of the heroic plumber's decades-long adventures because it calls back to every key era of his platforming history and gives you, the player, the chance to create your own arenas, courses, and challenges from scratch using beloved characters, dastardly villains, and tricky obstacles galore. Some folks tend to lean toward the sadistic side of level design and turn this wholesome hobby into a tournament of torture, and only one man is brave enough to take them all on, with a smile on his face, a song in his heart, and a hot dog costume at the ready should the occasion arise. I sat down for an interview with the miraculous streamer and YouTuber DGR to pick his brains and find out how Super Mario Maker trolls haven't yet driven him insane. My very first question, dear sweet DGR, oh patient Dave, is why do you do this to yourself? I have watched so many of your Mario Maker 2 videos and I'm like, I'm so happy that you succeed, but I just want to hold you and be like, it's going to be all right. You don't have to play this. Why do you do it, man?
It's, that is a question that I don't even know if I have a good answer. I've lovingly called myself the Mario Maker garbage man, if you will. I play the levels that other people don't want to play. And, it seems to me people enjoy my content the worse the levels get. And I've just decided, let's go all in on the garbage.
Is it safe to say that Nintendo is your system?
I would say. I mean, I actually collect video games, and I have a pretty large collection of like Sega Genesis and PlayStation, PS1, PS2, PS3 stuff. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I grew up as a Nintendo gamer. We got a NES console when I was like 3 or 4. And, I just fell in love with our mustachioed plumber. And, I've had every Nintendo console along the way. And so, yeah, I like other consoles, but I'm Nintendo fanboy, I guess you would say.
When I watch you now, when I watch your stuff now, the first thing that comes to mind, aside from, are you all right, Dave? Like, are you okay? You sure you want to go through this? Is I get that proper like triumphant rush when you do manage to smash a troll level or a homemade course where someone's tried to really up the difficulty. Is that what keeps bringing you back?
I think so. The beautiful thing about Mario Maker is like every time you play it, you get something new. So like I never quite know what kind of level I'm going to be playing until I play it, and there's always something a little bit unique, and it's very rewarding, especially if it's a very hard level or a troll level that really plays with your mind. When you finally beat the level, you just get this sense of relief and accomplishment, and it's great. And I guess that's what keeps me coming back for more.
No fan quite as big as your lovely wife Amanda Now,
Right.
I watched, she sent a question earlier, by the way, which was like, question
Oh
one,
boy.
why did you marry me? I'll tell you why, Amanda. I don't know you personally, but I saw the course that you made for Dave to play, and I'm like, what a wonderful human being. What was that course? For those who don't know, it's a course, it was sort of celebrate like your marriage and your first dates and everything. What was it like playing that course for the first time?
Let me preface it with this. It's a dad joke. I'm a big fan of dad jokes, and one of my favorite dad jokes is they say that marriage is like a 3-ring circus. You start off with the engagement ring, and then the wedding ring, and then the suffer ring. So I think that level was part of the suffering. Amanda's a very creative person, and she doesn't necessarily play video games all that much, but she loves she loves being part of my streams, and she supported me from day one. There were so many times where I was like, I almost quit doing this, and she's the one that encouraged me to keep going and say, you're I think you're doing the right thing because of the people that you're meeting. So it was actually really cool, that level. When she made it in secret. I had no idea what she was making. And then when I played it, I didn't know what was going on at first, but the further I got into the level, the light bulb started going off. Oh, this was that point in our relationship, and then this was that point. And then I think when I saw the giant ring part of the level, that was when I was like, okay, so this is like basically a walk through our entire relationship, it was really cool.
A huge thanks to Dave and his wonderful community who joined us to watch that interview be recorded live earlier this month. If you want to find out who we'll be interviewing on a live stream next time, and join in with some questions of your own, head on over to nexi.tv and sign up to our newsletter. Easier still, subscribe to our YouTube channel and keep an eye on your feed. Better do that anyway to catch the full extended interview with DGR dropping soon. Bonus content. Now it's time for our semi-recurring segment, What the hell was that?
So, what exactly is Enter the Dominatrix?
It was really weird.
It was amazing.
Worst idea we've ever had.
This town is covered in sex workers.
What the hell was that? Can we even show that? We've definitely been demonetized now. I thought it was called DLC, not PVC. Why is kink a theme in this week's episode? Is the writer okay? Anyway, time to sneak into the retro gaming gallery to see what weary wares and wonderful rarities the curator has sourced for us this week. Nice guy, bit weird. There comes a time when personal introspection weighs heavy on the mind. The human condition drives us to pose age-old questions. Why am I here? What is my purpose? This brings us to our next dark entry, a microcosm of painful regret and poorly thought-out execution. A piece of gaming lore that prompts one of the great musings of ancient philosophy. Why do I exist? Oh, because I'm a parody. Anyway, let's look at a pic. Walk with me now through the retro gaming gallery so we can take a look at this week's exhibits. Also, it's good to get your steps in. Curiouser and curiouser is the artifact that here may be a relic of an ancient time solely for being something to assist you with DVDs, which my grandson tells me no one uses anymore, Grandpa. You're so old. Why haven't you died yet? I would also like to point out the duvet covered in sausage dogs. Makes me feel warm and fuzzy. I loves me a sausage dog. Our next exhibit is at the other end of the retro gaming gallery, so we're just going to do this in the Scooby-Doo style background. It's going to move really fast. We're here. The age of the technology in these pictures suggests that the artist who submitted them is not that old if they consider these items retro, unless of course the artist in question has sent it in to cast the Guitar Hero attachment for the Nintendo DS into the distant past by labeling it as an ancient piece of technology. I don't blame you, it was cumbersome, I can't quite believe they sold them. Bonus points for lining up your Game Boy Advance cartridges this way. It pleases my OCD. And thus concludes our foray into the web of forgotten dreams. I trust you enjoyed your journey. Until next time, remember, all things eventually come to an end. Ooh, spooky.
What you doing?
You know what I'm doing.
Yeah, but I want to hear you say it.
I'm not saying it.
Acknowledge your mistake, sir.
I'm not saying it.
Say it.
I don't know what to play.
And?
And I've been stood here trying to pick something for 15 minutes.
30 minutes.
No.
Yeah, Countdown started and finished while you've been doing this. You could have been watching Countdown instead.
Do I ever watch Countdown?
No, but you could start. We could learn a lot from that show. How to spell things, how to put letters on a wall, how to... What else happens in Countdown?
Dunno, I've never watched it. Look, are you going to help me pick a game or not?
Well, there's your first big mistake, Milado. Look at how many you've got.
Is that a brag?
No, it's a sin. All this physical media, all these pretty spines and gorgeous cover art, and what have you got to show for it? Spoilt for choice. Now the act of simply unwinding with a video game becomes 30 minutes of trying to pick a game to play.
32 minutes now, I suppose.
Now, if only you'd gone digital...
Oh, here we go.
No, hear me out. The materialism is part of the problem. You covet the precious things of the shop so much that you drown yourself in choice.
So what, you're suggesting that I just ditch this collection, go straight towards a digital future and let a machine decide for me going forwards? Isn't that forsaking my humanity? The very definition of independent thought and free will. You want me to surrender my option to choose to a damn machine?
Just this morning, you asked your Google Home to help you spell necessary.
The C's and S's get me confused.
This wouldn't happen if we watched more
Countdown. Yeah, okay, you're right. Fine, let's try it your way. We'll simplify things with a good old, straightforward recommendation on my PlayStation's library.
And would you look at the time? No, you wouldn't. You don't own a watch. It's 2021 and barely anyone's wearing one. Surprised no one's trying to strap a smartphone to their wrist yet. Wait, no, hang on. Apple Watch. Another loophole! Anywho, massive thanks to DGR and his gorgeous community. A shout out and salute to our retro gaming contributors, and all the love in the world to anyone who's already subscribed to Games Vault and is keeping up to date. Now, don't worry if you haven't. I'll give you another 5 seconds to fix that. Starting now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Time's up. And I figured that out without a watch, because it's the future. Game on.